story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTv News, expanding your view.
Hello again, this is CoreTv News on the hour. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. The Nigeria Medical Association wants the health authorities to reverse the decision to suspend residency training programs for striking doctors. It also demands unconditional reinstatement of resident doctors that have been handed sack letters. This was the outcome of an emergency meeting of NMA's national officers in Abuja. The report.
This is the circular that forced the NMA to have an interface with the media on the ongoing doctor strike. And expectedly, its leaders are not impressed by a decision they say is targeted at breaking their ranks. Rising from an emergency meeting, NMA is demanding an immediate withdrawal of the suspension circular.
Consequently, it is hereby resolved as follows. 1. Nigerian Medical Association condemns in totality the alleged presidential directive via the Federal Ministry of Health suspending residency training program in Nigeria. Nigerian Medical Association demands immediate withdrawal of the suspension circular and unconditional reinstatement of the so-called SAG resident doctors. Government should show commitment on her part in resolving the current impasse with the Nigerian Medical Association. By all means, any attempt by government to break her ranks as association will be resisted. Rather than abolishing residency training program, government should show more commitment towards improving the already poor-funded program.
NMA insists that the decision to abolish residency training program is illegal. It also sent out a clear message to resident doctors.
In the light of the above, therefore, the Nigerian Medical Association hereby directs that no doctor should accept or collect any sack letter or sign any register opened by the government or her agents in the hospitals. For the avoidance of doubt, no medical doctor, no matter how hungry, should pick up any locum appointment with the government hospitals as directed by the circular. Any doctor who flouts this directive does so at his or her own peril.
The government had argued that the doctor strike was not justifiable since it had met 90% of their demands. But the doctors have a different position.
And on the 24-point demands, government said yes, yes, yes. That does not mean implementation. And what has been said by the Honorable Minister that 90% have been met, it is absolutely false. When we expect that an agreement has been implemented is when the end result has been achieved.
The striking doctors said they have no intention to return to work until all their demands are met. They say government's decision to suspend residency training would only make a bad situation worse.
Resident doctors are also kicking against the government decision to suspend residency training program at federal hospitals. Armed with placards, they staged a peaceful protest at the Secretariat of the Nigerian Medical Association in Abuja. The resident doctors said they are now out of job for demanding improved healthcare services in Nigeria.
Not asking for suspension of sponsorship. They are saying they've sacked us. I don't have a job now. The letter says they are suspending the program, and there's an accompanying letter, a prototype that says they should issue to every resident, terminating his appointment. I'm a senior civil servant. You cannot sack me just like that, out of the blue, just waking up from your bed, you say I'm sacked. There has to be procedure. So if in terms of legality, they have committed a big flaw. But this is Nigeria, anything goes. What we are saying is this is what has been done as a tool for bargaining. We perceive that as a mistake in the principle of negotiation. It will only escalate the problem. Ebola, we are concerned. Let the federal government and the state government try enemy at the federal and state, at national and state levels to see whether we participate. If we don't participate, then we are not willing to help Nigerians. I think Ebola should be an issue that should not be used in this context at all. We have responded when the bomb blast happened in Kano, Kaduna, Yobe. We've shown them that we can go to work and do everything.
The World Health Organization says the scale of the Ebola outbreak appears to be vastly underestimated as the death toll from the disease reaches 1,069. The body says its staff had seen evidence that the numbers of reported cases and deaths do not reflect the scale of the crisis. It added in a statement that extraordinary measures were needed. The outbreak began in Guinea in February and has since spread to Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Nigeria. However, the WHO remarks that the risk of transmission of Ebola during air travel remains low as the disease is not airborne. As a consequence, Kenya Airways has rejected pressure to suspend its flights to the Ebola-hit state of West Africa. The outbreak, according to the World Health Body, was expected to continue for some time. WHO is coordinating a massive scaling up of the international response. Nigeria is threatening to sanction any international media that attempts to run down the country over Ebola. Information Minister Labaran Marco issued a threat while drawing attention to unfair reports in foreign media on the Ebola situation in Nigeria. Marco stated that contrary to the report, there is no Ebola case in Abuja.
There are two newspapers that I've seen. I haven't seen the report in other papers, who also report a very unfair story about Nigeria. The claim was that there were some 4 Indian doctors who were forced in Abuja, to treat Ebola cases. One, the names of the doctors were not announced. None of the newspapers carried the name of the doctors. None of them carried the name of the hospital where those doctors were allegedly forced to treat Ebola cases. None of those newspaper houses collaborated their story with the Minister of Health, the Nigerian health officials, or the Minister of Information. But this story was outlandishly published. But it is not now in this country and everywhere. There has not been any single Ebola case in Abuja.
Lagos State government has debunked reports in some quarters that victims of Ebola virus are not properly taken care of by government. Governor Babatunde Fashola stated this position while reacting to statements credited to the families and friends of the victims, who claimed that affected people in the isolation emergency center of the state government are being subjected to inhuman treatment. Fashola also solicits for more volunteer health workers to assist in the fight against the spread of the deadly Ebola virus.
While we sympathize with the families and the victims, the health workers are doing the best they can. My appeal is for more health workers to sign up. And let me share with you also what I was told in my meeting this morning, that even if you were the best physician in the world today, if you came there today, you can't enter into that isolation ward because you need to be trained in how to kit up and how to get out of the kit, so that you don't infect yourself. You need also to be trained in the flow of activity inside that isolation unit. If you come in from a particular place, you can't go out from there. And you need to end up in a place where you can be washed down and taken out. So, and that training takes anything from 5 days to 7 days to achieve. So even if we had all the full complement of doctors signing on today, it is risky to put them inside that place without first training them.
Former Borno State Governor Ali Modi Sheriff on Friday held a closed-door meeting with President Goodluck Jonathan. He later explained to State House correspondents that he was on a private visit. The former governor, however, admitted that he's on the verge of joining the People's Democratic Party and also spoke briefly on the security situation in northeast Nigeria.
Yes, there's this matter that I might join the PDP, but that was not the discussions that brought me to the president now.
That brings his question relevant.
Yes.
Why leave APC for PDP, and what are you bringing into PDP?
People like us, who the nation have done everything that as an individual you want your nation to do for you, by the grace of God and the people of Nigeria have put me into that position. At every time, my interest should be how to move the nation forward. Need every one of us, every Nigerian, to put his head together to see what we can do to help this nation. Whatever that as a civilian will do will only contribute. My being a chief executive of the state for 8 years, what I have seen through my tenure, I will contribute to the security agencies through whom I got those information. And what you have to understand, the country is a big country. And Borno State is a different state from any other state in the nation.
You're watching CoreTv News on the hour. More stories shortly after this break. Don't go away.
You can now watch CoreTv News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTv Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTv, leave a space, then News. CoreTv News, a 24-hour news station.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condemned the spate of rapes, describing it as a source of shame for India. He urged an end to communal violence as he vowed to improve the lives of the nation's poor in his first Independence Day speech. The right-wing Hindu nationalist stated his solidarity with the wider South Asian region, but held back from mentioning India's great rival, Pakistan, which is also celebrating its 68 years independence. Modi said levels of rape had shamed India. He urged parents to take responsibility for the behavior of their sons rather than put the onus on their daughters. Anger over sexual violence has been rising in the last 2 years, fueled by a series of high-profile assaults, including the fatal gang rape of a student on a bus in Delhi in December 2012. And there was widespread outrage in May when 2 teenagers were found hanging from a mango tree after being gang raped in Uttar Pradesh. And that wraps it this hour on CoreTv News. I'll be back at the top of the hour. Don't go away.